My sister has no idea I've been reborn. She still insists, just like in my past life, that I choose a fiancé first, pretending to be thoughtful and considerate. However, this time, I refused. In my previous life, I Novelli believed she meant well. I married the man she recommended, Chester Kane, an heir who was said to have been paralyzed after an ambush. I gave up my right to inherit the family, becoming his caretaker, his crutch, the medicine he used to fight loneliness. However, no matter how much warmth I gave him, his heart remained frozen. The truth only came out during my sister's pregnancy celebration, when an assassin from a rival family raised his gun toward her belly. The man who had not stood in years suddenly rose to his feet. He shoved me toward the muzzle of the gun. All 7 bullets tore into my womb. As I collapsed, I saw him pull my sister into his arms, shielding her with his own body and taking the final shot for her. Only then did I understand. He had never been paralyzed. His family had never abandoned him. He pretended to be sick because Juliana's heart belonged to another man, and he refused to be tied to me. "I'm sorry, Tanya," he said. "I lied to you. However, I couldn't let Juliana lose the heir she's carrying. I'll repay what I owe you in our next life." When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day my father asked us to choose our marriage partners. "Go ahead, sis. You pick first. You're the delicate one, and you need a strong family to have your back." Juliana Larson forced a sweet tone, playing the caring sister just like she did in her previous life. However, her eyes betrayed her, locking onto Seth Rogers, the Rogers family heir, with an affection she could not hide. The word in the mafia circles was that she and Seth had been secretly tangled up for ages. Dad would definitely keep Seth for her. That was why I laughed when Dad asked me who I wanted. Since Juliana is so thoughtful, I won't hold back. I'll take Seth. What? Juliana's smile disappeared as her eyes welled up with tears. "Tanya, you're well aware of my relationship with Seth." Chester's head snapped up, his eyes widening in shock. Then, my father's hand struck my face with a force that echoed through the room. "Look at yourself. Seth is the heir to the Rogers family. Do you really think someone like you, an illegitimate daughter, could marry him? You know he's fond of your sister, yet you choose him on purpose. Are you trying to drive your sister to her grave?" Blood trickled from the corner of my mouth, yet I could not help but smile. "Father, if you've already decided, why pretend I have a say? Are you worried about being called unfair?" Juliana's lashes quivered as her tears fell in a perfectly timed cascade. "Tanya, don't say that. Father loves you too. How can you accuse him so unjustly?" Amid our quarrel, Chester, confined to his wheelchair, suddenly braced himself on the armrest and stood up. "Don Larson, I propose a business transaction. I'm aware that your arms dealings have hit a rough patch. I'm willing to invest $5 million to assist you, with one condition. You give me your eldest daughter, Juliana's hand in marriage." I glared at Chester, my heart ablaze with disbelief. I never imagined that he, who had pretended to be paralyzed for so long, would choose that moment to stand. He caught my stare, a flicker of remorse in his eyes, before he looked away. My heart skipped a beat. He too had been reborn. The moment my father heard the offer of money, his rage vanished, replaced by a gleam of greed in his eyes. He had set his sights on marrying off his daughters to strengthen the family ties. There was no way he would pass up such a golden opportunity. Besides, the Kanes were a force to be reckoned with, far outstripping the Rogers. It was a stroke of luck that they were interested in Juliana. "Fine," Dad said, not missing a beat. "If Chester's head over heels for Juliana, then Tanya, you'll marry Seth." Seth shot to his feet. He sneered with disgust. "You think I'd marry you, Tanya? Come on, look in the mirror. You don't hold a candle to Juliana. Don't make a fool of yourself." Dad's face turned stormy in an instant. "What's that supposed to mean, Seth?" he demanded, voice like ice. "Our families have been tight for ages. My daughter's too good for you? Are you trying to wreck everything?" A look of scorn crossed Seth's eyes. "Forgive me, Don Larson. However, I'm set on Juliana and no one else. Marrying Tanya? I'd rather die." Juliana turned to me, her face a mask of regret, but her lips twitched with a hidden smirk. "Seth, remember my sister risked her health to save you. Even if she's not your favorite, show her some compassion," she cooed, tapping Seth's shoulder with feigned sweetness.